Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the PreStream podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, today is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. I'm Darkside Phil, by the way, if you don't know who I am. I don't know how you're here if you don't know who I am, how you ended up here. We're trying something different. On a whim this morning, I decided to try something different, and I have absolutely, positively no idea how what I'm doing right now is going to affect today's stream. So allow me to explain. For those of you who are watching this podcast on demand on YouTube, it probably won't affect it at all. But for those watching on the stream, it may affect it in a huge way. So today is Monday, the 11th of April, 2022. And today, right here live on my first stream, we are trying out ultra low latency streaming here on YouTube. Okay? I have absolutely never tried this before. So I have no idea how it's going to work, all right? But allow me to explain how this works on YouTube with streaming and the reason why I wanted to try this out in particular today, okay? When you live stream on the internet, here's what happens. You, as the content creator or streamer, create a video with a camera, a capture setup, hardware, etc. When that video is created, it is then sent live broadcasted through the internet to a server somewhere, whether you're streaming to YouTube or Twitch or another third-party website, okay? That server has to take your video in as raw data, okay? Create essentially a stream of it, live stream of this data, and then convert it on the fly to various different qualities, all right? Then, once it's converted to qualities on the fly, it then resends out that signal to the world via some kind of a viewable link. Okay, so perfect example here. Today on YouTube, I'm sending a stream to YouTube. YouTube gets this stream, converts it to all these different qualities from all the way down 144p all the way up to 1080p. All right? Sends it back out to a link that you guys are now viewing. You're watching that link right now. That's where YouTube is rebroadcasting this stream. Okay, so that's how it works. Now, normally, when you do this process, because of the fact that you're sending this to a server, the server has time to convert and then send resend the stream out again, there's delay. All right, from what my experience from streaming now since 2013, almost 10 years of streaming, I have experienced delays as short as maybe 10 to 15 seconds, but as lengthy as a minute. I've seen pretty damned long delays over the years. The good news is, over the years, pretty much all streaming services have worked to try to reduce that amount of delay that there is between the time when I'm doing something and you see it, okay? What's the big deal about the delay? Why is it even an issue? Well, I'll give you some examples. Sometimes I'm in the middle of playing a game, all right, and I'm doing something important or doing something interesting, and someone might say in the stream chat, hey, Phil, just so you know, there's a hidden cave to your left, and you just passed it. You should turn around and find it because it's interesting. Okay, but I keep playing. I don't see your message right away. You're watching video that I put out anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute in the past. Okay, so by the time that your message actually hits my stream chat and I see it, I could be way past the point where you're referencing. And I recently, with Elden Ring in particular, there have actually been multiple situations where people were trying to help me with something and I saw it so late it didn't really help. So for example, there was a hidden area where there's an invisible tower. You need to hit 3 symbols to make the tower visible and enter it. Well, people are trying to tell me for like 5 to 10 minutes there's this rock that's an illusory rock and you need to hit that rock and then it becomes the symbol and then you can solve the puzzle. But every time I go near the rock, people try to tell me, but their message comes out a minute later, right? So I'm going in circles trying to find this rock, and I'm just never finding it until finally I basically kind of stumble upon it myself, seeing all these messages pasted on the ground. That's not the only example. There have been actually probably about 24 times in the last month and a half that I've been playing Elden Ring, and people are like, we can actively help you with something here, but they can't because the lag is annoying, you see? Now, YouTube, as a streaming service, has 3 settings that they have for live streaming. Normal mode makes the smoothest streaming experience, but is massively delayed. A minimum of around like 30 seconds to all the way upwards of a minute or more. So normal mode, for someone like me who likes to interact with his audience, talk with you guys, and have a good time on a stream, honestly, normal mode is just not going to cut it. So the entire time that I've been streaming here on YouTube, I've been using what's called low latency mode. This mode is designed to try to minimize the latency, and I think what YouTube is saying they're aiming for is anywhere between 10 seconds to 30 seconds of delay with the low latency mode. Now, it's weird, because sometimes when I've done this, it seems like you guys are reacting to something that I just did in the game, like, right away. And then other days, I distinctly see reactions late. Like, I'll beat a boss. Okay, I got the runes. I'm reacting to all the items I got for the boss. I'm looking at the description. And then I turn to the stream chat, like, a minute later, and people are like, ha, he beat the boss. Like, oh. Like, you guys are way behind. You see? So it's different, and I think it really depends on many factors, including just how YouTube's doing that day. If YouTube has a lot of traffic, likely the delay is more. While if there's not a lot going on, if it's a slower day on YouTube, maybe the delay is less. I don't know. Okay? Well, YouTube has a third mode, and that mode is called ultra low latency mode. Okay? This mode supposedly is supposed to make it near instantaneous from when I'm doing something on stream and you guys see it. Now, I don't know if there's actually been a test, all right, of how good this is. So what I want to do today is I want to test it. Right now, I am broadcasting at ultra low latency mode. YouTube actually has a big warning pop-up when you try to do this. It says, warning. If you're going to do ultra low latency mode, you cannot go above 1080p resolution. You cannot go above 60 frames per second. It can't handle it. It'll cause more delay, so don't do that, okay? All right, let's see how this goes. You guys ready? So get ready, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you guys something randomly to type into the chat, and when you do, I'm going to count how long it takes from when I say to do it and when you actually do it. All right? And in fact, do I still have that stopwatch app? Actually, no, I don't think I do. Fuck, I used to have a stopwatch app. Shit. Because I wanted to time it. Clock. Wait, here it is. Stopwatch. Here it is. Ready? So here's what I'm going to do. All right? I'm going to announce. I'm going to say a number. As soon as you hear me say the number, please type the number in chat. All right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit start when I say the number, and I'm going to hit stop the moment that I see the first number posted in the chat. Okay? So get ready. I'm going to do it in just a second. I'm going to say a number, and then please type that number in chat. Ready? Ready? Go. 9. Okay. 5 seconds. 5-second delay. That's not bad at all. That's really good, actually. 5.43 seconds. Now, if we can keep it at that, that would be excellent. And I see no reason, at least with my current setup and the way I do things, that I wouldn't be able to keep it at ultra low latency. Reason being, it's 1080p 60 frames per second. It's essentially exactly the limit of what YouTube says you can do for ultra low latency. So, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. And I'm happy about that, because this, I feel, will allow these streams to feel more interactive. As I'm doing something live on a stream, you immediately get to react to it. I get to see your reaction right away. Okay? Cool. So, this is a cool experiment. Now, here's the thing. All right? I got to forewarn everyone. I have absolutely no idea, all right, how good this is going to work and if this affects anyone's stream quality. It very well may. You may be watching and be like, wow, why does Phil's stream look terrible today? If that's the case, please let me know. And if it's like 2 people, that's one thing. If it's like a large group of my viewers, maybe there's a sacrifice somewhere along the way. I don't know. I don't know how exactly it works, okay? So, obviously, I don't want to make a big sweeping change like this and then somehow really hinder the viewing experience for the people watching, you see? So, please, again, let me know how you feel it is, if you think it's good. If you like this better ultra-low latency, or if you think it's a dud because it's making your viewing experience worse, okay, there you go. Maybe HoboX says maybe the way they do it is they just process your stream less. Maybe, but that's what I mean. Like, for example, what if the reason that it's ultra low latency is because you don't get all the viewing options you used to get? Because I know YouTube usually has a ton. They have 144p, 480p, another one in between like 800p, and then 1080p. You know, they have like 5-6 settings for those who have various different levels of quality of internet. And obviously, if someone can only watch at a certain setting and that setting has disappeared, I don't want to do that. That's kind of messed up. I don't want to leave people in the dust just because we're trying something new. But at the same time, if I can do this higher quality, I think it works out. Now, here's the other thing, too. Someone just said in the stream chat earlier, well, Phil, how can you do that? Because weren't you saying that with your current setup, basically your CPU is pushed to the max in certain situations? Isn't this going to hurt your computer further? It has nothing to do with me. The latency is actually on YouTube's and not me. So it puts more taxing, processing on YouTube, not me. I'm putting out the exact same quality of broadcast that I always do. So it shouldn't affect anything on my end, actually. So some people are saying they're watching at 720p 60 frames and they have all options as normal. Can you watch at 1080p? Or are you telling me you are capped at 720p and you cannot watch 1080? If that's the case, that might be a major change. No, Zishan says I am at 1080. Okay, so the option is there for you. Wiley Coyote says I'm at 1080. My Ruin says I'm at 1080. Okay, good. I was a little worried for a second there. Okay, good. What it is some people, I guess they'll have different options depending on their own visual capabilities of what you're watching on and stuff. It probably will say, oh, your device isn't capable of 1080p, so only shows 720 or something like that. Okay, cool. Excellent. That's good news. So, all right. So let's experiment with this today. This might help tremendously. I kind of wish I had tried this for the beginning of Elden Ring, to be honest with you, but it didn't dawn on me until this morning. I'm just sitting there setting up the stream, looking at the options. I'm like, wait a minute. This is something no-brainer to try because I've been having issues with this during this particular playthrough, All right, cool. Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes, and I hope it does go well today, all right? So something new, something experimental, and I hope that it'll work, and I hope you guys enjoy having less latency on my streams moving forward. All right, good stuff. Okay. Gooby Goober says, I'm weak of hearing. I have to use a transcript. I can no longer see it. Why is your stream less accessible? Uh-oh, there you go. That might very well be something that's a change. Is that true? So Gooby Goober basically says, there's no more transcript of the stream. I guess, wait a minute. Do you mean, okay, closed captioning, right? Hello, I am trying out low latency streaming today to see its effects on the stream. However, it seems that captions are apparently disabled with this feature. I did not know of this, so this is an experiment. I'm sorry if it has negatively affected your viewing experience today. We will see how it goes moving forward. Okay. All right. So I just typed to that guy twice. Hopefully he saw that. Well, there you go. Seriously, there you go. There is a direct change. Less latency, but it sounds like because of the reduced latency, YouTube does not have the ability to put the closed captions on the stream on the fly. You see? And I apologize, Gooby. I'll type again. Okay. And that goes for anyone else, too. If you were relying on the closed captioning, it may very well may be if we do the low latency and there's no closed captionings, you may have to watch on demand. I'm sure on demand, when the videos get processed, probably the closed captioning gets added. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't even know there were closed captioning on the streams at all. I had no idea. Yeah. Stealth and Shadow says the YouTube auto-generated captions suck anyway. They're always way off. I wouldn't know. I've never used them, but there you go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know when closed captioning got put on streams. I had no idea. Huh. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get started. What I'm going to do is go through the schedule for today, talk about what's coming up in the rest of the week. But I have something very important I need to talk to you guys about today, okay? I'm going to be as honest and transparent with you as possible. I need help today. Here's why. So this week is the week of the month. It's basically between the end of the first week of the month and into the early second week of every month. I have two very large bills that come due. One is my internet bill and one is my dues here on my townhouse, okay? So, it sucks. I hate talking about this shit. I just don't want to talk about it, but I have to. I actually have to. Here's what happened this week. We started off this week with a great stream, my marathon birthday stream, right? It went really well. People came out in droves. We had a great time together. Support was really high. Everything was good, okay? Between my birthday stream and basically the next day, okay, what happened was I raised a good amount of funds, and that was enough, essentially, to pay these large bills that I have to pay this week. In fact, one's cleared and one's clearing today. All right. Great. Thumbs up. That was all good, and I was very pleased. I was like, this is good, because now I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to stream, and whatever I make during those days is basically for my day off, which pays for things like my grocery bill, pet supplies, odds and ends. Like this week, I really need to go to the dump and dump some trash that's been building up here, among other things. You know, it's basically the one day a week I go out and I run errands and I pay for stuff, okay? So, I paid those bills, or I'm going to pay because one of them's clearing today, and everything else I was going to raise over the weekend is for tomorrow, my day off, okay? I know that sounds weird. Like, you don't have any more money? No, I don't. Like, literally, every week I'm kind of living week to week at this point. Ever since I got kicked off Twitch last year, it's been that way. I say kicked off Twitch. I wasn't kicked off Twitch. I was kicked out of their partner program. I left Twitch willingly. Allow me to say it the right way before assholes spin it and say something. Oh, Phil made a big confession on stream today, because they're fucking idiots. Okay, anyway. So, ever since I lost the level of subscriber and cheering support that I used to get on Twitch last year, I've never recovered from it. I am doing a slow growth here on YouTube. I absolutely am. But if you notice, what happened was when I left Twitch last year and came to YouTube, my tips goals went up. They used to be $100 a stream, and I wasn't even expecting to hit that. Now my tips goals are $150 a stream, hoping that with that kind of as a stretch goal that I do decently on a stream, okay? I kind of need to be hitting some of these goals. Not all of them, but I need to be hitting some of them during the course of a week, or else I can't pay my stuff. I just can't. This is how I make my living. But very matter-of-factly, it's these contributions on streams that allow me to pay my day-to-day bills, okay? When memberships eventually increase, which they have not for several months if you haven't noticed, but when memberships eventually increase, or when the super chats and super stickers become more prevalent and more constant, which they are, I can tell you that in the last year, those have gone up, but this has not, okay? As this channel grows more over the years coming up, all right, it likely won't be an issue anymore, because eventually what's going to happen is people are going to get used to me being on YouTube. People are going to finally, I hope, see YouTube as a viable alternative to Twitch for streaming. And hopefully YouTube will get off their lazy asses and actually deliver on the promises that they made last year, including gifted memberships and dramatic improvements to streaming that will make more people want to come see people stream on YouTube. Because right now, the discoverability on YouTube is ridiculous. Not many people are coming to YouTube to watch people stream, so I can't get discovered as a streamer here. On Twitch, that's the opposite. On Twitch, everyone goes to Twitch to find streamers. Here, it's kind of like no one's really looking for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's been tough. Even though I really worked my butt off this last year, look at the innovations and the things that I've done to my stream. I now have a podcast every day with overlays, improvements to things that I do. I'm actively listening to you guys. Put thumbnails on your streams and do this and do that. I'm doing everything I can. Literally, the only thing I really haven't done yet is upgrading my setup, which I want to do this year. We talked a little bit about that a couple days ago. We won't get into that today. But I'm doing as much as I can, all right? And the channel has grown, and I'm happy with how it's grown. Problem is, it hasn't grown at the rate that it would have been awesome to catch up where I was on Twitch, all right? Take a look. I haven't even hit 200,000 subs. I'm trying. I was hoping I could by my birthday. That didn't happen. At this point, we're like at like 197.5 and climbing. So it is climbing. It's consistent growth, but it's slow growth. It's going to take a while to get that growth to grow more quickly. All right. So basically, yeah, I'm week to week. I'm living day to day on tips and on revenue from when I get paid once a month by YouTube. Okay. This is a situation where here's what happened this week. Okay. My birthday went well, super well. Seriously. And then the next day went decent, pretty much on par with what you would expect, okay? And then the last good stream essentially I had was the premiere stream of Lego Star Wars on Friday. And then since then, I haven't even hit the hat goal for one single stream, meaning I haven't raised the $100 tip goal on any of my streams over the entirety of the weekend. So here's what happened. I had one day that was great, a day that was normal, and then after that it went way down. And what happened is when it went way down, it literally negated the positivity of the birthday stream. It basically canceled it out. If this were a normal week, it would have had pretty good days every day, and then it would have been great, fine. But now we're in a situation where it was like, oh, Phil had a really good day, and then all of a sudden everything slowed down over the weekend, and now I'm down here like, wait a minute. So I paid my bills with the money from the birthday stream and the next day, and now I need to raise funds for Tuesday. Oh shit, I've been streaming 3 straight days, and every stream has been slow. I don't even have enough for tomorrow. I'm serious. Like tomorrow, right now, as of right now, looking at what I have. Okay. Basically, I have enough for groceries. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have money for pet supplies. This is the day that I have one day a week where I have a meal with my wife. By the way, yesterday was my wedding anniversary. What did I do for my wedding anniversary? I streamed all day. While my wife was out running errands and stuff during the day. That was our wedding anniversary. You see what I mean? Like, this is how it is around here. I am hoping that later this month, hopefully we can do something and celebrate. We didn't even get to celebrate. 3rd year in a row we didn't celebrate, by the way. That's just my life, okay? So, it sucks. Like, oh, we're going to have a day off. Hey, we can have a meal together. Wait, now I have no money. It sucks. This is terrible. I know. I don't want to tell you these guys this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, personally, talking about it and dealing with it. I want to get to a point in my life where it's not like this. We were getting there last year when Twitch fucked me. When Twitch screwed me over by kicking me out of the partner program with absolutely no justification for it, just because they felt like it. They wanted to get rid of streamers who basically have a negative association, despite the fact if they even did anything wrong. Just because 10 years ago, I did things that are now in the modern day considered cancelable. And that was presented to Twitch management, and they said, oh, we can't have this guy on our side. But sir, he's been with us for over 5 years as a partner and never had an issue. Fuck that, get him off. And they did it with me, they did it with Wings of Redemption, they did it with Dr. Disrespect, and they did it with many other people over the course of about a year. It's a fucked up thing they did. They screwed me over. I was in a good position with the amount of support I had on Twitch. If I kept that going and growing, right now I would have been in a completely different financial situation. They fucked me. Okay? So that being said, all right, I need your help today. I do. I need to be hitting support goals. I have to. If I don't hit my support goals for today, I don't have enough funds for tomorrow. And I don't want to talk about this. I'm fucking pissed. I'm actually fucking upset that I have to bring this shit up. You know what? Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this being like this. And you know what I'm also tired of? The idiots who literally will lie every day about me. Every fucking day they lie and say fucked up things about me that aren't true. I'm here every day, 6 days a week, streaming for you guys, trying to put out entertaining, meaningful content that hopefully, in the hopes that you're getting something out of it and some people will find value out of it and support it so I can run a business, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing any fucked up things behind the scenes that these idiots are saying. I'm not frivolously blowing all my money. It's going to bills. I literally paid my internet bill, and today my due's clear, and I have no money. And I have to hear these idiots make shit up about me on a daily basis and try to make slanderous shit all over the internet. It's fucking not true and never was. And I'm tired of that shit. Because it really pisses me off. when stuff like that disseminates and now, oh, well, Phil doesn't need any help or anything. Don't believe him because he's doing this and doing that. I'm doing none of it. And they get away with saying it. And I can't do anything about it. There's no way for me to stick up for myself or defend myself from that fucking slander. And it pisses me off. It absolutely does. So that being said, all right, if you like my content and if you can support the streams today, please do. In particular, I absolutely need help with tips today. If you tip me today and I hit the goals today, I'm in a good position for tomorrow. If I stream today and I hit none of the goals, I'm fucked. And essentially, I'll be going grocery shopping. I guess we're gonna eat a lunch meat sandwich, you know, for our day off. Can't even have a meal out or nothing because, you know, this is the situation I'm in, and it fucking sucks. Now, again, I want you to understand, I'm not asking for anyone to go above and beyond their means. I'm not asking for anything that makes you uncomfortable. I'm just saying if you like the content and you've been thinking about contributing and you haven't yet, please do. Or if you were somehow of the impression that because I had a good birthday marathon, that all of a sudden everything's like crazy over here and I'm rolling in dough like these idiots fucking say. Because let me tell you, I'm not kidding you. People coming in here and be like, oh, did you know that Phil raised this exact dollar amount when you combine the tips and all of the other interactions and things that he had on his stream on his birthday? They actually do this. They sit there and they number crunch like fucking losers. And they say, oh, here's what Phil made. It's completely wrong because there's fees associated with PayPal transactions. When you transfer money, you lose money. None of that is correct. The things that there's, oh, super chat, super stickers. I don't even see those for a month and a half. So they act like this amazing thing has happened that did not, you know, and they lie. And then what they do is they cause this mass misconception on the internet that I'm somehow rich and rolling in dough when I literally, every dollar I have goes to bills every fucking week. Okay? And I'm tired of it. I am. I'm just tired of it. Because I fully believe that this weekend would not have seen 3 straight slow days during new releases, will you? It's not that it's like, oh, well, Phil's really not doing much in regards to his content. I'm playing a new release. I bought Lego Star Wars, so that was $60 plus tax, you know. And I'm still playing Elden Ring. We brought back Skyrim, which everybody wanted. Everyone wanted Skyrim back, right? And that's back. I'm doing what people want every day. And you guys are thanking me and saying, this is great content. But all of a sudden, support dips. You want to know why? Because of the birthday stream. You know? And by the way, I enjoyed doing it. I had a blast doing the birthday stream. But I don't like how, because something positive happens to me, all of a sudden now, tons of people on the internet have to try to ruin it and make lies about it and spin it in a way that's untrue. Oh, yeah, Phil had a good birthday stream. He doesn't need support for weeks now. He's set. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not even, again, these people don't understand adult life. To them, it's like, oh, someone had a good stream. Oh, they're set for months. Yeah, maybe if I was a streamer who had 4,000 plus viewers on a stream and I was running a stream of Elden Ring and I brought in, you know, $5,000 in profit on that one stream, then maybe I'd be set for a week. Didn't happen. It's my birthday stream, and you know, it's called scale, and these people don't understand scale. What they want to do is they just want to talk shit constantly and make shit up, and it hurts me. And it sucks because I feel like I am more susceptible to this bullshit than other content creators. I'm not at a level where their slander doesn't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And again, I wish that I had immunity to it. I wish that I was at a level where we could just sit here every day and never talk about this and just do fun content. The truth is, I was at that level many years ago. And you remember back in the day, was I sitting here talking about this shit before all the financial shit happened? And it really started in 2015 with all the false copyright strikes that ruined DSPGaming and made it way less profitable. Before 2015, it was a rarity when I would be talking about this kind of stuff. Very, you know, now it's 2008 to 2015. Do the math. That's fucking 8 years where I basically just pumped out free content and didn't have to ever talk about this shit. It was because of the direct actions of scumbags that screwed me over and put me in a position where I had to start talking about, I need help, I need support, please support crowdfunding, blah, blah, blah. You know? It's really fucked up. And it's just, you know, it puts me to my wit's end. Here I am on my, you know, my birthday and anniversary week. Any other human would be planning, hey, I could have some time off, right? I wish that I could have some time off so that I could spend with my wife to celebrate. Instead, I'm here 6 days like a normal week, right? I don't even have that luxury to take time off. And then at the end of the week, I realized I don't even have enough to fucking have my day off on Tuesday, my normal day off, because shit had slandered me all week and basically said that I was rolling in dough, which I'm not. And now here we are. All right. So the point I'm making here is simple. All right. Don't listen to bullshit on the internet. Just because there was one positive day does not mean that everything else ends. It's kind of like, it's so silly because people make this weird analogy, right? They're like, oh, well, you did really good today, so that means you're set for like the whole week. It's like, wait a minute, let me get this straight. You own your own business. It's a store. You have a store, okay? You sell product. One day you open your doors, all of a sudden, for some reason, a bunch of customers came in, they bought your product up, you're good, right? Does that mean you close the store for the rest of the week? You don't have to work, right? What? No, it's not how it works. Life goes on. You have to have that consistency, and that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for consistency. I'm looking at every day, no matter what I play or what I stream, I can basically get a certain amount of support and funding so that it's not a concern anymore. For a while, I was in that position. I didn't have to mention this shit, right? And then, sadly, you know, last year with the Twitch thing, it hasn't really changed back to being positive again, and it sucks. And by the way, again, it's you guys. I appreciate everything you guys are doing, right? It's not you. It's these scumbags on the internet. They're really fucking stuff up for me, and they're doing their best. They really are. They're actively doing their best at every moment's notice to try to do negative stuff about me and my business and shit. And it pisses me off that I can't do anything about it. That here I am, I've been doing this 14 years, and there's no protection against it yet. YouTube still hasn't thought that, oh, it's not a big issue if someone just sits there and lies and slanders you constantly. Go get a lawyer and sue them. You know, because the people who work at YouTube are rich, so they think that everyone could just get a lawyer and sue someone, right? Oh, yeah, it's a very easy process, right? Like, they're out of their fucking minds. So anyway, you know, it is what it is. And here's funny, he says, just ignore them. I do. Did you notice? Did I bring up any of this until today when all of a sudden I realized I can't have my day off tomorrow right now? Right? Ignoring only does so much, because when you ignore the issue and you don't address it, sadly, a lot of people are gullible and believe it. That's just the truth of the matter, is that they think, oh, it's true then. So it's true that Phil raised a ridiculous amount on his birthday and he doesn't need anything for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he's fine, right? That's what I mean. And that is, if I say nothing, then that lie becomes believed as truth. So now I have to address it. Well, now you're addressing negativity on your stream. You're right. What do you want me to do? If I don't address it, I get hurt. If I address it, I get hurt. The bottom line is I need to eat tomorrow. All right? So there you go. That's why I'm bringing it up on my stream. Okay? So again, let me reiterate. I'm not asking for anything crazy. I'm not saying go crazy and go above your means. But if you like the content, maybe you've been holding off on contributing or you've been thinking about contributing in one way, I would ask that if you are going to contribute today, please tip me. That would help me for tomorrow dramatically. It would allow me to have my day off with my wife, which we deserve, which we didn't even get to celebrate our fucking anniversary yesterday. It would be great if we could actually do that tomorrow. We're not, just to let you know, we're not celebrating our anniversary tomorrow. What we want to do is later in the month, I'm hoping that I have an opportunity to do something with her. We're actually trying to plan something that's within reason here. Like maybe drive, somewhere in the state and go to a mall and have a nice time, doing a little bit of shopping if we can even afford anything. Have a nice meal out somewhere where we normally don't eat. We were talking about this summer, we want to go to the zoo at some point. That would be nice. We've only been trying to go to the zoo for 3 years and haven't made it out there. That's literally the life we live. It would be nice. So we'll see. All right, we'll see what happens on our end. But the truth of the matter here is, I'm just tired of the slander making me feel like shit. It sucks. If it wasn't for that, I feel like here's what would have happened. I would have had a great birthday stream, excellent, and then every day this week would have been just a normal day. And if everything was normal, I wouldn't be here in this situation doing this today on this morning's pre-stream. Instead, it would be just, business as usual. But instead, here comes the slander. Here comes the negativity. Wow, Phil made so much. He doesn't need anything. So now I got, wow, can't hit any goals any day. Every day, I'm like, wow, I'm playing Elden Ring. A stream that historically, over the course of the month and a half I've been playing this game, people have come out in droves to support it. And even that's slow support. Obviously, something's up. Obviously, I hate to say it, people get gullible and believe their bullshit. And it's fucking pissing me off, Now, I will outright say something because I'm tired of this. I spent no fucking money this weekend on mobile fucking games. I don't even actively play mobile games. I'm tired of the fucking slander against me. Oh, you know what happened? Phil, he spent all his money on mobile games. I spent zero. It went to my fucking bills. And I don't want to put up with their bullshit anymore when they lie about this constantly. It didn't fucking happen. All right? I'm tired of it. Enough is fucking enough. Okay. I'm 40 years old. Had enough of this shit. Okay. All right, and here you go. Here comes the shit talking in my chat. So what did you think was going to happen when you started shit talking me in my chat? You think I was going to be happy about it and laugh and say, "Oh, you're funny." Okay. All right. So, thank you in advance to anyone who tips me today, whether it's the first or second stream or whatever. And I actually said this in the Daily Wrap last night, but I'll say it again here for the pre-stream podcast. If you're someone who only watches my content on demand on YouTube, thank you, first of all. I appreciate that. You guys are the core audience of who build this channel. Like, I really feel like it is the people, the thousands of people a day who are watching the on-demand videos that kept this channel afloat for the years that I was over on Twitch focusing on that, right? And I really appreciate that. But you got to understand that in the modern era, the ad revenue ain't cutting it, man. That's why I can't make a living just doing on-demand videos anymore. The ad revenue is ridiculous. It's very, very low on my videos. And on top of that, a playthrough like what I'm doing right now, Lego Star Wars, zero ad revenue because it has the John Williams soundtrack in it. So please consider contributing in another way if you can. As simple as liking a video, liking a stream, leaving a comment. That's a non-financial contribution you can do that helps this channel if you like the content, okay? But if you can go above and beyond, hey, consider becoming a channel member. In particular, today, the best way to help me would be to tip me, and you can do that just by simply looking at the description of any on-demand video on YouTube, and there should be the tips link that you could send me a tip, okay? Okay. All right. I got past that bullshit segment. I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to fucking do it. But I got past it. Okay. Let's talk about the streams today. Today it's Elden Ring here on the first stream. And I'm doing a dual-wielding Great Axe build. Okay? Just built it. But sadly, I put an Ash of War on one of them. It doesn't seem to do anything. I put an Ash of War that says, oh, it boosts your next attack. I attack and it does the same damage. So I don't know if it's not working for dual wielding. Maybe that's the deal. Maybe these Ashes of War don't work for dual wielding. Maybe they only work if you're single wielding a weapon, in which case, what's the point? So if that's the case, maybe what I need to do is use a different Ash of War that is an attack instead. You know, like an area of effect attack or something like that. So we're going to mess around with this today, okay? And we're in a whole new area. We're in the northeast part of the map, the mountain, which I guess is supposed to be the Mountain of Giants. I don't know what we're going to go up against here. We pretty much just arrived and only explored for maybe like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Got to a new bonfire. We got more, I say bonfire, it's a point of grace. We got more to look around and find and discover, and we're going to do it together. It's going to be a fun stream of discovery today. Now, of course, all right, whenever this happens and I get to a new area, immediately I get contacted by people. You missed this and you missed that and you missed this. I'm like, I do appreciate that, by the way. Because like I said, I'm only doing one run of Elden Ring. Unlike a lot of other content creators who literally are doing 5, 6 runs back to back, various different levels of exploration and builds and things. I'm not doing that, okay? I'm trying to do one run that covers most of the meaningful content of the game as much as possible, all right? It's a daunting task, let me tell you, because the game has so much content. So, I've already been notified that there's a quest line involving the Gold Mask. And I found the guy standing on a bridge pointing to the Erd Tree like this, like an asshole, but he wouldn't talk. So I guess what I need to do is I need to find another NPC, and then that triggers the quest line, and then I can do a bunch of interactions all over the map with these two guys. I don't know what it leads to besides another ending. I think I've already unlocked the Ronnie ending. I've unlocked the Fia ending, and I've unlocked the evil chaotic fingers ending because I have that mark on me now, right? The mark of chaos or whatever it is. So I have 3 endings already unlocked, with the possibility of more if I do more quest lines. Do I want to do them? Yes, but I don't know if I want to do it today. I just got to a new area, right? I literally just arrived. I want to explore and do new stuff. I don't really feel like going back and talking to fucking NPCs and chasing them all over the goddamn map today, especially now that I have a new build that I kind of want to work on. I don't think I want to really be dicking around with NPCs today, okay? So let's see what happens, but I'm aware that that was one of the plots, all right? Now, I also believe there was something else too. Oh, God, what was it? There's so much to this game. It's so convoluted. And what was the other thing? There was another thing, and now I'm having a brain fart about it. Are you serious? Did this guy just seriously just say that in my fucking stream chat? I can't believe this. I seriously can't believe this fucking guy, what he just said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because it does get to me when I see dumb shit like that. Oh, my God. Give me a minute. Give me a minute so I don't enrage myself here and destroy the mic. There's 2 optional areas in the mountains for which I can go to. That sounds interesting. I like the optional areas of the game, as long as they're kind of like legacy dungeons. I like as you know, I really like the legacy dungeons in the game. They're actually my favorite part, and I think that they're some of the best, most well-designed dungeons FromSoft has ever done. That's why I'm kind of really mixed. I have a really torn and mixed opinion about Elden Ring, because on the one hand, the legacy dungeon shit is outstanding, and when you fight a unique boss, I love it. And then there's the open world stuff that at first was good, and now it's just so boring because it's the same enemies, the same shit over and over. You see? Okay, I'm calming down now because I was almost very upset. Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Elden Ring today. I'm excited. I'm curious to see how this pans out with the new build. I don't know if it'll be any better than what I was doing or any worse. It could be worse, but for me, here's the thing. I'm only doing one run of Elden Ring. We all know this. I might go back at a later date and play it again. And I've already told you guys, if I'm interested in doing that, maybe I'll go with like a magic build or something like that. Something that is very different from what I've done during this first run, right? But that being said, I'm trying to do as much as I possibly can and make this one run that I'm doing as interesting as possible. That means no summons, because if I summon, that's kind of a big crutch to try to beat enemies and bosses, and I feel that I'm good enough at the FromSoft games that I don't need that crutch. And I've been trying to mix up my weapons and builds a lot. If you haven't noticed, I've used many different weapons and builds over the course of the game, and admittedly, when I start to feel like I'm using something too much, like the tree spear, or earlier it was the magma worm sword, then I say, okay, let's switch it up again. And that's what I'm trying to do right now for variety's sake for you guys, okay? So I hope that the playthrough is remaining entertaining for you. All right, I'm doing my best. You know, with the game this long and this much content that's kind of repetitive, I'm doing my absolute best, okay? Okay. All right. So there you go, my friends. That's what we're doing today. In Elden Ring, anyway. Later tonight, the late stream. Skyrim After Hours. A late night stream of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. We're going to be doing the Dark Brotherhood stuff. All right? Dark Brotherhood. Started the quest line last time. You guys seem to really like that idea. I actually got a bunch of comments on the video like, yeah, he's starting Dark Brotherhood finally. I love this quest line. So that should be fun, chill fun tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. All right? Tomorrow, my day off. I won't be here. I wish I would be doing fun stuff all day. I'll half the day at least be doing boring errands and shit. That's expensive bullshit, but I got to do it because I'm an adult. All right? I'll be back on Wednesday. More Lego Star Wars, where we're going to finish up Empire Strikes Back and head into the Return of the Jedi. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land on the late stream. If you weren't here last night and you didn't see the videos yet, it's like a whole new game. This post-game content of Kirby is actually very challenging. The bosses are tough. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, FromSoft level tough bosses. I beat the boss with this much health. And it was after, like, death-defying dodges to do it. It was pretty crazy. And I'm excited for more. Apparently, I'm going to need about 2 more streams to see all the post-game content. It's that challenging and fun. So I hope that you guys will be here on Wednesday night for the continuation of Kirby Endgame. All right? So then Thursday will be more Elden Ring and Skyrim. And what we're going to do is alternate between Lego and Skyrim for the main streams. The night streams will be Kirby and Skyrim. Wait a minute. Let's try this again. The main streams will be Lego and Elden Ring. The night streams will be Kirby and Skyrim. Is that what I said? I don't know if that's what I said. Then on Friday night, there will be more Street Fighter Friday Night Fights. And essentially, we're going to keep doing with this this schedule until we beat Kirby, which is probably going to be over this weekend. Okay? And once Kirby is completed, then I'm going to switch to something new. We've already talked about this the last couple of weeks. It likely will be a chill stream style deal where you guys will help me pick what to do. But I'm strongly leaning towards doing these games that I've already started on Game Pass and maybe alternating between them. So maybe one night we do I Am Fish for 2 hours. And then another night we do Serious Sam 4 for 2 hours. And then another night One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 for 2 hours. You see? And by alternating, maybe within a couple of weeks, we can actually get good progress in some of these games. It would be good variety, I feel, too. Now, when I finish Elden Ring, which I'm not sure how long it'll take. I mean, apparently I am now in the final third of the game, considered the end game of the game. All right? Maybe it'll take me another 2 weeks, whatever. When I finish Elden Ring, I can tell you right now, my priority is WWE 2K22, because that's the game that you guys have been asking for the longest time, and it seems like a lot of people want to see it. I'm very skeptical, and here's why. I almost guarantee I know what's going to happen. First stream, everyone will be hyped. Second stream, I start my career mode. Okay. Third, fourth stream, boring. This happens every time I play WWE. Initially, it's exciting because you get to see me try out, different wrestlers. The showcase mode is usually interesting with its matchups, and then my career is interesting. You see me create my wrestler. I'm building them. Within 2 streams, it's the same grindy matches over and over. There's no story to this. This is campy. This is shitty. And then people hate it. So I don't understand why there's been so much monstrous demand for me to play WWE this year when I exactly know how it goes whenever I play a WWE game. By the way, I don't mind. I like the WWE games, but that's kind of why I've been kind of holding off on starting it up. But I will tell you this. Yes, when Elden Ring completes, it's going to be WWE that's going to be next, since that's what most people have been asking for pretty much nonstop. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Jade, good to see you here. You never have to apologize about not contributing. Never. Please don't even do it, because you're one of the most nicest, positive people that comes to the streams. You never have to make an apology to me about anything. Okay. All right. That's the schedule. We got it out of the way. By the way, Ask the King is returning. Not this week, but next week. Okay? So it will actually be, let me get the actual date, the 21st of April, Ask the King returns. All right? Just so everybody knows, that's the deal. Ask the King is coming back this month. So post up your questions. Type ! Ask the King into the stream chat. It'll bring up the link to my website, DSPGaming.com. Post up your questions. And it's finally coming back. I know it's been quite some time since we did Ask the King. Christmas. Yeah, that was the last episode. So we're going to do a full one. All right? Cool. All right. All right. Outside of that, shoutouts time. So let's start with the YouTube side shoutouts. Here we go. Zoe under the super chat says, what's your plan for 2022 with so few AAA game releases? Well, first of all, you say that, but that's not the case. What happened is we haven't had any announcements yet. Remember, E3 just got canceled. I don't think E3 is ever going to happen again, if you want my honest opinion. I think it's dead in the water, okay? Or if it does come back, it's going to be an in-person fan fest. It's never going to be the big gaming PR event that it ever was before. It's just going to be another convention like a PAX, okay? But anyway, I think over the next month to 2 months, we're going to start to see tons of these digital presentations that will announce all the big games for this year. The thing is, it's a little chaotic because with no E3, E3 was the big one. Doesn't exist anymore. So now all these game companies have to get their stuff together and figure out their schedule. How do they want to do their own events online to announce their stuff? And it's a little chaotic, but I think what will happen is they'll eventually get into a swing of things of how to do it. But I definitely feel that there's going to be big announcements soon. So even though right now you look at the schedule on paper, you're like, geez, like what? We got God of War. We don't even know when it's coming out, but God of War's coming out. We know there's a new Modern Warfare coming out later this year. Like, you're looking at the schedule, like, there's like nothing, right? But the truth is there is. We just don't have any of the dates yet because none of them have been announced because we didn't have any event yet. So I think we're going to get our answers soon, okay? So am I worried? No. The bottom line is I have so much shit that I can be doing and playing. There's things that people are asking about me constantly to do. I would love to do some retro stuff this year if possible, if we have the time. I have more than enough stuff to get me through 2022, even if there's not giant AAA releases. Seriously. That's the beauty of being a variety streamer, not relying on a certain type of game or a certain style of release. I can play a ton of different stuff, and my viewing audience comes back, and I appreciate that. Okay, so we did another super chat saying, I grew up poor. I know how hard it is to stay strong. And that's the other thing, too. Like, am I destitute? No, I'm not destitute. But I work my ass off to stay that way. You know what I mean? If I was not here 6 days a week streaming, yeah, I'd be way worse off. And it actually hurts when people say to me, why don't you just take another day off to be with your wife today? I'm like, don't you think I want to? Really, don't you think I want to? Of course I want to. I can't. You know? Borazium24, what a name. Did a super chat saying, will I apply for Twitch partnership again? Fuck no. I've already explained this a million times. Allow me to summarize. If someone in life treats you incredibly poorly, literally breaks the law, because yes, when you terminate a legal agreement without any actual legal justification for doing so, you just say, oh, so you did something wrong. Well, what did I do wrong? Well, we did an investigation. You did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Provide the evidence to corroborate what you're saying, and then they basically ghost you. That's illegal. You can't just terminate a legal agreement without evidence that someone violated the agreement to lose the agreement. It's not legal. And Twitch did this with a ton of people over the last 1 to 2 years. Dr. Disrespect was the big tipping of the iceberg, and they continued to do it with many other streamers, which is bullshit. You can't do it. All right? Why, in my right mind, would I go back to said business to try to partner with them again? You'd have to be a fucking lame brain idiot. At any moment, they will break the law and kick you to the curb for no good reason. Why would you go back and put yourself into another position where you now have your business back there, you're reliant on them not doing that? That's insanity. I'd be a complete asshole. Maybe that's why you guys think I should go back, because you think I'm a complete asshole. Well, the joke's on you. I'm not. I'm not going back to them. I'm not stupid, okay? Okay. Thank you for the super chat and the really silly question. Hoy, yoy, yoy. Okay. It has nothing to do with... Oh, my God. Some people... Oh, you're going to do it to me again. Oh, it has to do with your pride. Swallow your pride. My pride, it's my business, not my pride. I can't operate a business on a platform where they literally don't feel like they have to abide by the law. At any moment, they'll say, fuck you, cut the cord, and screw your entire livelihood over. You guys have no idea. No, you really don't. You have no idea how bad it hurt me last year. I was making plans to not only improve the business, but to finally, I was going to go on a honeymoon with my wife, which we deserve. There's things here that we wanted to improve with the house. We had all these plans. We're like, look what I'm making now. Now, like, you know, basically we were at the light at the end of the tunnel. All I need to do is maintain what I'm doing and we're good. And then it crashed because of them. Because they just decided on a whim to punish me for absolutely nothing. It was a sweeping change they decided to do on their side of the business where they wanted to kick out partners who they felt were problematic. Anyone who over the years had said something that they determined was cancelable or had a following that was a toxic following that could be thrown against them in a negative light. They were trying to basically kind of rebrand, which is hilarious because at the same time, they were getting monstrous negative press for having all the fucking cam girls and shit sitting in hot tubs and doing dumb shit. And they did nothing about that, but they kicked me and Wings and Dr. Disrespect off their fucking site, right? What a bunch of fucking double dealing idiots. But anyway, yeah, you guys just don't know. You know, I was in a good position and things were getting good. We were making plans and all those plans gone out the window. Back to square one. And that's exactly what happened. I'm back to square one. It's not a good feeling, man. After 14 years, it's not a good feeling to work your ass off and be back to square one because a company screwed you. That's why I'm not going back. It has nothing to do with fucking pride. I'd be setting myself up for another disaster and another disaster and another disaster. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just not doing it. Okay. Let's get to the YouTube side. Well, excuse me. Let's get to tips and shout outs for tips. Okay? First of all, shout out to Emil H, who tipped a $50 tip. Super duper appreciative of that. He's very generous, and he says, "Hello, Phil. Let's get your tips going today." Thank you, Emil. And with that, that means Gunner Glasses. Awesome. Thank you. Let's get those on. Thank you, Jay. He says happy anniversary. Yes. Like I said, I was streaming yesterday, and I only realized it was our anniversary here because someone said it in the chat. And then I went to Kat, and I said, "You realize today's our anniversary?" And she looked at me, and she's like, "Oh, my God." Yeah. It's the life we live that we don't even remember anything because we're fucking constantly stressed out and busy as shit and you know? Thank you, email. Appreciate that. Trill1817 also tipped me $50 and says, "Here you go, bro. Thank you to Trill1, the second in a row $50 tip." I appreciate that, Trill1. That gets us up to 100, which means you guys now get to vote on a hat for today. So let's get the hat poll going, okay? So we'll do Cowboy. We will do the real-life Dumas helmet. We'll do Pilot. And we'll do fake hair. I haven't had the fake hair in a long time. There we go. Thank you very much. Let's see here. My nose itches. Nico did a $2 tip. He says, "You know, there's so many bad people in the world that really deserve hate. I don't understand why trolls focus so much on you and not on them. It's crazy." Because I've already explained this, so now I can actually formulate an intelligent thought about it, all right? Here's what's happened with me. In a nutshell, again, I don't want to go through my whole history. Back in the day, I was a problematic content creator, but no one saw it that way because times were different 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I basically did things that were over the top and ridiculous for shock value content on YouTube, okay? Sexual content, you know, saying real sexualized things during every playthrough. General kind of, not necessarily, how can I say it? Generalized racial humor. There you go. It wasn't me trying to be racist. I basically made fun of absolutely every race possible. But now, in the modern era, people look at that and say, "Oh, he's racist," you see? So I did all these things. And then, yes, I did make big mistakes back then, too, which I've fessed up to and apologized for many times over the years. Eventually, people felt that me being kind of a more negative attitude on the internet meant that I didn't deserve success. So they started taking all of my gameplay and editing it in a way to take out any moments of good gameplay or actual, like, lightheartedness or fun, and instead made it look like the entire time I played a game, I was being toxic and negative, and they called it "This is how you don't play." So essentially, they made me look terrible. Now, I reacted badly to those videos. They went viral, and eventually what happened was it became a meme on the internet to say Darkside Phil is the worst gamer possible. He doesn't deserve success. He's a bad human. Okay? It just extrapolated over and over, worse and worse over the years. It became this viral meme to hate on Darkside Phil on the internet. All right? There's other people also that this happened to, but I'm one of them. So, now, in the modern day, I change. Right? I'm not the same person today that I was back then. I don't make those jokes. I don't do that kind of commentary. I don't even do that kind of content anymore. I'm an interactive streamer. The gameplay I do today is dramatically different from what I used to do back in the day. We have fun conversation, meaningful interactions. People tell me today that watching my content puts a smile on their face and cheers them up at a time when maybe they were full of toxicity or hatred or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that crap. In the past, it's all in the past now. I'm a way more positive guy. I'm definitely getting older, have matured, and realized the things that I did in the past were really stupid, especially in a modern context when a lot of people can be hurt by actions and things that you say and do on the internet, whether or not you intend it or not. You got to be more responsible with what you do. And now I try to be more responsible with what I do. Okay, I really do feel that I've changed. That being said, people don't want to let go of the meme. To them, DSP at one point in his life was hate deserving, so he's hate deserving forever. So even if he's not doing something on stream today that's deserving of hate, make something up, spin something fake, make up a controversial thing, make up a conspiracy theory. And literally that's become my existence on the internet now. Is there's two different sides to Phil. There's me on stream putting out fun gameplay content, interactions, having a good time with you guys. And then there's the drama over here outside of my streams, this entire memeing community of fucking morons who literally just talk shit every day and has absolutely nothing factually to do with what I do on a daily basis. But they still exist because they insanely made this virally popular crap outside of me. And I can't control that because it's not me. The only thing I can do is sue them into oblivion, which I can't do because I'm not rich. So I ignore it, right? That's what's going on. That's why, Nico, that group exists. You go over there for 10 minutes reading their nonsense, and you'd be like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm on Phil's streams every day. None of this is going on. What are you even talking about, right? But that's how they are. And they actually are successful on that. They get views. They make money. It's an entire business to meme and make fun of Darkside Phil. That's how fucked up it's become. And again, there's nothing I can do about it. YouTube has no protections against it. Swagonito. Dude, I always read your name as Swagnito. Swagonito tipped me $20, and he says, greetings, Phil. It's National Pet Day. I didn't even know that. Make sure to tell Jasper we love him. Hopefully things will get better for you. Thank you. And I will tell Jasper that everyone loves him. I know you guys love Jasper. You like to see him on the streams. Thank you for the support, man. Geodudism tipped $10. Thank you, Geodudism, for a $10 tip. Thank you all so much. Leo tipped me $1.50. He says, I think the reason so many people want to see you play WWE this year, it's apparently a meme game. Big YouTubers and streamers are playing it despite it being no different. It's a fad game now, so now people want to see me play it. I didn't even hear about this. I literally didn't even know that the game had any more popularity. Seriously. So that's a first. That's absolutely a first. My nose is itching me like crazy. Maybe you're right. And like I said, I'm getting to it eventually. I think it's definitely the next thing on the horizon, the next thing in the queue once Elden Ring is done. Okay. Iron Shock tipped $1.50. Listen to this. He says, I thought you said in the past Dr. Disrespect deserved to be kicked off of Twitch due to his actions, his bathroom stuff, etc. So before we even get to the second half of his question, you're addressing something that happened several years ago, before Dr. Disrespect was kicked off of Twitch, where he broke the law. He literally walked into a bathroom, a public bathroom at E3, which is supposed to be an area that's protected privacy. You can't just walk into a bathroom and film. It's against the law. He actively chose to break the law for shock value content, okay? At that time, I rightfully criticized him and said, guess what? He broke the law. He should be punished for it. Whether it means he gets banned from Twitch or arrested, whatever it is, he should be punished. He shouldn't be above the law because he's a popular streamer. That's ridiculous. That's what I said back then. Okay? You're now taking that into consideration with now. Oh, didn't you say that in the past? Yes, several years ago. That has absolutely nothing to do with what Twitch has done since then, which is like the last 2 years. Okay, let's continue with his question now. Should he be categorized with you and Wings in terms of Twitch kicking him off problematic people? Yes, because that's what happened. He was kicked off not because of that. He was kicked off a full year later. He never disclosed what happened, but sued Twitch and won. He won the lawsuit against Twitch. He proved he was wrongfully terminated from his contract, and he got a payout for it. Had nothing to do with what you're talking about. You're taking a situation from years ago and trying to act like it has anything to do with a modern situation. It doesn't. You're wrong. Thanks for the tip. Okay. It's just so silly that people think that, again, time is like, if one thing happened, that's endless forever. Because something happened in the past, that applies to today. No, it doesn't. What Dr. Disrespect did 2-3 years ago that got him in trouble doesn't apply to why he got kicked off of Twitch a year later. What are you talking about? But everything's black and white to these people. Okay. Let's see here. Rabbit Couch did a super chat says, can you justify not streaming on both platforms? Yes, I can. If you stream on both platforms, you cannot be a partner on both. You can only be a partner on one or the other. If you actually, the truth of the matter is thus, if you're a partner on Twitch, they don't want you to stream anywhere. I was outright told that. When I was a partner on Twitch, when I had a partner manager, that partner manager said to me, if you stream anywhere else, you're at risk of losing your partnership with us. We can terminate it whenever we want. Twitch, I told him, no, that's not true. That's illegal. And he argued with me. And I said, I don't care what you say as my partner manager. You're wrong. I know my rights. I can stream wherever I want. I just can't monetize somewhere else. And he was actually saying, well, just so you know, we see it in a very negative light if you stream somewhere else when you're in a partnership with us. And I was like, whatever you say, dude, because he's just a fucking idiot figurehead anyway, trying to spew out bullshit to me. I never told you guys this, but yeah, this guy who was my partner manager used to say shit like that all the time and make threats to me behind the scenes. And I kind of laughed it off. Like, this guy legally thinks he could just, just threaten me all the time and say this and that. And it was all bullshit. But anyway, they really don't want you to be streaming anywhere else if you're a partner on Twitch at all. So if I became a partner on Twitch again, I would have to not stream anywhere else, or else they might just terminate my partnership again, okay? Now, if I don't reapply for partnership on Twitch, and I just do regular streaming there, but I stayed here on YouTube, and I stayed part of the partner program here, that's possible. But I've answered this question until I was blue in the face. Let me try it again. When you stream at two separate places, you are diversifying your audience. You're separating them. You're going to have a Twitch audience, and you're going to have a YouTube audience. Now, what do I need a Twitch audience for when I'm trying to grow my YouTube business, right? It'll be great to have people watching me on Twitch, but they can't super chat, or excuse me, they can't cheer, they can't become a subscriber. All they can do is tip. And yeah, maybe every once in a while I get a few tips from the Twitch audience, but that's not a focus. I need to focus on the business where I can actually grow a business, which is YouTube right now, because I can actually be part of that partner program. In addition, if you were to stream on two separate places, okay, now you need to have two entire separate situations when it comes to moderation, when it comes to running the channels. You're doubling your workload. I would have to have people moderating on YouTube at the same time as I have a separate group of people moderating my stream chat on Twitch. And before you say, no, you don't, yes, you do. You are responsible for what happens on your channel, period. That's their feeling, both on Twitch and YouTube. You're responsible for basically keeping your channel clean, okay? There's been people who have had repeated hate raids and things happen to them, and they're like, I can't control it, and they got suspended. Because, like, well, it was your job. You should have taken care of that. Why didn't you? Okay? You have to keep it clean. I don't want to have two versions of my stream where YouTube is great and it's clean, all my viewers are having a good time, and you go to Twitch, and because I don't have the means to do it, now Twitch is toxic, and all the haters go there to shit on my Twitch stream and be nasty, and I can't do anything about it. You're literally taking something here, okay, and you're separating it into two. That's not what you want to do when you run a business. Is there something that's called diversification? Yes. So, for example, I'm a gameplay streamer, but I want to diversify, so I do a podcast. And over time, you're going to see that I'm likely going to do more shows which are about talking about different topics and interacting with you guys than just raw gameplay. I feel that there's value there. Over the years, I've done many series like this that have been successful. I used to do a wrestling commentary show. I've done DSP Tries It. I've done cooking shows. I've done just unboxing games. I've done so many series that wasn't gameplay that were successful. I know I can diversify my content and be different than just gameplay. All right? But my business is here on YouTube. It makes zero sense business-wise to pull my audience in two different directions and say, some of you watch over here, some of you watch over there. Here I can make money, here I can't. Here I'll moderate my chat, here I can't. What are you talking about? It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. None of that makes any sense. It's actually nonsense. What it is there's still a group of people a year later who don't like YouTube. They don't want to watch streams on YouTube. They're so dead set that YouTube sucks, they don't want to be here. They want me to go back to Twitch. It ain't happening. I'm not going back to the business that abused me, broke the law, and fucked me over financially and everything else. It's a waste of time. Stop fucking asking me. In fact, from now on, every time someone asks me if I'm going to go back to Twitch, here's how I'm going to respond. Moving on. NBA Youngboy, or is it Youngboy, did a super chat says, do you think You or Wings has it worse? I wouldn't know because I know nothing about Wings of Redemption's actual personal situation, nor do I want to. It's not a competition of fucking misery, okay? It's just not. You cut that shit out right now. Zoya did a super chat saying, in hindsight, should I have listened to my partner manager? You don't even want to know half the shit my partner manager said to me back in the day. the dumb nonsense that came out of his fucking mouth. Threats. There was one point, all right? There was one point where he told me, I'm not even exaggerating, listen to this. 3 months after something had happened, he told me that it was something that I did wrong and I had been punished for it behind the scenes, but I didn't know. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, something happened on your stream that we didn't agree with. Here it is. And by the way, that was your first strike. And I was like, you didn't even tell me. You never contacted me and you never told me. So I did something wrong, but you took no corrective action to let me know I did something wrong so that I would never do it again. And now you're punishing me for it 3 months later because something else happened that you feel is wrong, and you're counting that as my second strike instead of my first strike. And he goes, yes. And I said, so here's the deal. That's a violation of our legal agreement, all right? And I don't like that, and I think that you need to fix this for me. And he refused. And I was basically like, so here's the deal. You at any time can change the rules, but I can't, right? So how is this a one-sided legal agreement? What you're saying to me doesn't make any sense. And basically what it is the people who they hired for their partner managers were not legal representatives. They didn't even understand the contracts. They were just told to bullshit the people into doing what they wanted. I hate to say it, but the whole Twitch partner program is essentially we'll pay you money while we feel you're doing good, but the moment that we don't like you, we'll just do whatever we want. And we'll try to hide behind the guise of legality when in reality, we don't even abide by our own rule set. It's essentially a big bullying campaign where at any point, oh, wait, fuck you. We'll bully you down and punish you and do this and do that. And it's like, wait a minute. So this one person gets multiple chances. Another person just gets kicked off immediately. You tell me this is strike 2, but never notified me of strike 1. How is this any kind of a professional system? And the answer is it's not. Twitch is not professional. They're just not. They're not professional with the shit that they do. The opportunities they give to certain people is completely unfair compared to others, and it's not a fair playing field over there. They literally have special treatment for certain people who can stream at whatever quality they want. They get all the opportunities. Remember when they kicked me out of the sponsored stream program because of trolling? How did I create that situation? I didn't make the trolls go to the social media and the Discord server of the game makers and control them. I didn't do that, but I was the one who was punished for it, and they didn't want to deal with it. They're, oh, well, you're out of the program. And then they lied to me. They had the audacity to tell me they didn't blacklist me from that sponsored streaming program. Oh, there's just no opportunities going on this month. Well, I was blacklisted for 1.5 years. So you're telling me no one got a sponsored stream in 1.5 years? Yeah, okay. That's how they are. They're completely 100% two-faced liars to do whatever they want and get away with it. Legally, they can't. And when people get sued them, they're going to win. That's why Dr. Disrespect won a big settlement with them. Because they can't just keep doing that, but they're basically doing whatever they want and getting away with it. Why the fuck would I want to go back to that site and deal with those people ever again? Seriously. Let's see here. Leo tipped me $1.50. Says it's like the same game as every other WWE 2K game, but yeah, big streamers like Critical played it this year. Now all of a sudden everyone wants to play it or see other streamers play it. It shows the influence of hype. Not surprised, man. Seriously, not surprised to hear that. Hype is a hell of a drug. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right, so I think we actually finally got through all the different various shout-outs. And it looks like the pilot hat won for today, which is fine. I haven't worn this in a very long time, actually. The pilot hat for today. Pilot our way through the mountains in Elden Ring. All right. We got a few minutes left if anyone has any other questions. And by the way, since now it's an hour and a half later, allow me to reiterate something different from today. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are doing ultra low latency streaming here on YouTube. What that means is that there is the least amount of delay between when I'm streaming and you see it and can react to it. So, like, literally, it's 5 seconds of delay. We tested it earlier. That's amazing. It means that only 5 seconds, you guys can see something happen in the game and immediately tell me something to help, and I get it right away, as opposed to usually it's like 20, 30 seconds. It's way low. So we're going to test this today, and we're going to see what happens, and if it actually helps. And we're actually trying to see differences. If you guys are noticing a difference in stream quality, let me know. Someone said basically that there's no more subtitles. That sucks. For those who relied on the closed captioning of my streams, and the fact that that went away, I feel bad. I didn't know that. That might be a huge detriment. I'm curious to see how many people actively actually use the closed captioning on my streams on YouTube, because if that's a big problem, then maybe I won't do the ultra low latency moving forward, okay? I guess we'll have to see, okay? All right, so I just got a super chat from Kevin. Thank you. He said, happy birthday. You're way late, and obviously the joke is, it's a running joke now. He's just going to keep saying happy birthday. He did exactly the same thing with Merry Christmas, which he did until, like, mid-February. So thank you, Kevin, for the super chat. I appreciate that. Okay. Eternal says, how do I respond to the rumors that I'm actually a famous opera singer, Luciano Pavarotti, after having faked his death? I can't respond because that would blow my cover. King Kane says, will King of Fighters 15 ever return? I'm asking since there's a big update coming up. No, I have no desire to play it. Number one, the online play is abysmally bad at this point. Most people are saying if you can even find someone, it's all the tryhards left playing, and literally the gameplay is get one hit, 50% combo. Oh, look, mix you up, get one hit, 70% combo, round over. Garbage game. Sorry. I tried it. I actually liked the visual design. At first, I was digging it. As soon as I saw what they made the game online, I hated it, and I don't want to play it ever again. And trust me, out of all the people, I'm the most affected. I bought it, and I only played it like 3 sessions, and I was like, this game's a piece of dog shit. It sucks that they ruined the game like that, and they did, but it is what it is. It's not coming back. Ali Corney said, did I ever play the Chrono games? I should check out the remake. I played Chrono Trigger. I never played anything after that. But Chrono Trigger's the best one, in my opinion. I love it. Pinocchio says, Capcom 30th anniversary is coming out next month. Are you hyped? What do you mean by that? Capcom 30th anniversary. Well, Capcom's been around a lot longer than 30 years. I'm not sure what you mean. If you can clarify on that, I'll talk more about it. I'm a little confused. Fan of Lovecraft says, would I consider replaying Max Payne 1 and 2 when the reboots come out? When the reboots come out, maybe, yes. We'll see. We'll see if there's interest in it or not. So far, I've only played 1. I never played 2. Pinocchio says he means the new Street Fighter collection. Oh, so the Street Fighter collection is called the Capcom Fighting Collection. It comes out June 24. So he's still got about 2.5 months to wait. I am excited for it. I hope it's good. I mean, I would be hard-pressed to feel it's going to be worse than the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I mean, unless they really fuck it up. I don't know how it possibly could be. But it is what it is. Hopefully it's good. And yes, I'm excited for Hyper Street Fighter 2 and Darkstalkers in that collection. Would I consider playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again? I don't see the point. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a highly narrative game. Most of the enjoyment of the game comes out of the narrative. In fact, I would even say that the gameplay takes a major backseat to the narrative. And actually, I feel if it was a movie or more of a choose-your-own-adventure game, it might actually have been better than the game it was, because I didn't like the gameplay of the game. I thought it was too watered down and just wasn't very challenging or interesting, to be honest. I've already seen the game from start to finish once. I don't see what advantage I'd have playing it again. I don't think it's going to be any different than the first run, quite frankly. Maybe in 10 years if I've completely forgotten the plot then, but that's kind of a one-and-done deal for me. Brody says, do you manage to kill the Mind Goblin in the catacombs at Caelid? I have no idea what you're talking about. What is a Mind Goblin? I definitely did most of the stuff at Caelid. I don't know what the hell a Mind Goblin is, though. Eternal, no, I would never do a podcast arguing with trolls because as I've proven over the years, all right, the way that those trolls get any kind of positivity is through attention, all right? Anytime that they're given specific attention, if you give one of their names, specifically address one of their arguments, you're bringing attention to them. People will go check out their garbage content, all right? That's the opposite of what's intended. The more that you can basically ignore them, the better, okay? So for me, I look at that situation and I say, if I bring anything up like that, if I entertain having one of them on my podcast to talk directly, number one, that's already counterproductive, okay? Number two, these people have no intention of actually proving anything. All they want to do is cause drama to bring more people to their channel. So literally I could sit there and they could say something wrong and I could say, okay, well, I can prove that's wrong and here's how. Well, here's evidence. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, well, guess what? Here comes the next thing. All right, well, wait, what about... No, wait, here's the next thing. Here's the next thing. It's called moving the goalpost, where these people don't care about the truth of the matter. They don't actually want me to justify anything, or not justify, but prove what they say is wrong. They just want to keep saying wrong things to create drama so people will watch their content. They do not give two fucks if it's true. They don't. They just want people to keep watching their shit and clicking and giving them money, and that's all they care about. So there's no point arguing with a troll. You know, it's like I said, it's like the many-headed Hydra. You cut off one head and two more grow in its place because the goalpost keeps getting moved. The next nonsensical conspiracy comes out to the point where why waste your time? Just do your own thing and ignore their bullshit. Okay. Did I ever go back and fight the boss in the Rot Lake? That I did not do, and that likely I could do now and probably steamroll much later. But I did not go back to that boss, no. Who do I think is harder, Godric or Ornstein and Smo? Godric is a piss-easy boss. He is so easy. Ornstein and Smo are legit tough because there's 2-on-1. So. The Patriarchy just tipped me $15, and he says, which vest is Elden best? It's a great question that I guess we're going to get our answer to. Because with that tip, we did hit the tips goal for today, guys, and I do appreciate that. Yes, this absolutely will help me for my day off tomorrow now. I really appreciate you guys helping me, and any further tips today would just help even more tomorrow, okay? So thank you so much, and thank you in advance to anyone else who over the course of today's stream does contribute. Let's do the poll for the vest. What's up, Guts? Good to see you here today. How you doing, man? Let's do red vest. Let's do gold vest. We haven't done that one in a while. Blue. Blue would go with the hat. And how about gray? We haven't done the gray vest in a bajillion years. So there you go. Some oddball choices for you guys. Okay. All right. Any other final questions before we get started? Because I'd like to get started. And by the way, I'm going to experiment again with this Ash of War. I don't know if it's working. I don't think it is. If it's not working, we're going to do an ability Ash of War instead. But let's mess around a bit. Where's Plat? We want Plat. No Plat today. Plat is too... Plat has literally... Platinum Vest has become plebeian to me. Like, we do it so often, it's not important or special. I'd rather do something different, you know? Are the glasses actually made for any eye condition? They're made to reduce eye strain by blocking blue light, is it? I think that's what it's supposed to be, that if you stare at a computer screen or a television for an extended period of time, that your eyes can get eye strain because of blue light, and I think because of the yellow filter, it filters out the blue light. I think that's how Gunner glasses work. But do they actually do anything else? No. Do I think Hogwarts Legacy would be good? I hope so. It looks good to me. I'm interested in it. Darcy X says, the Ash of War gives a small time buff and works only for one hit. Yeah, but I tried it, and I swear to God it was the same damage output. Here's what we need to do. We have to directly test it. I will do an attack, a regular two-handed attack, okay? Then see the damage. We'll count it. Do the Ash of War, do the same attack, and see if it's exactly the same damage or not. And if it is, it means it doesn't work with dual wielding. Yeah. Or if it's a negligible, like if it's a very small increase, there's no point in even having it. I'll just do I'll do something different. Okay. All right. People are voting. In the meantime, let's end the pre-stream. Let's swap over. Let's get started with Elden Ring. We'll do this experiment with the Ash of War and go from there. Thank you guys so much for the support on the pre-stream. I really appreciate it. I needed it today. And let's jump in. Awesome.